Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brother and sister, welcome back to Islamic Notes channel. China is a country with a diverse population. The country with the largest population in the world is recorded as home to 56 ethnic groups. One of them is the Chinese Tajik ethnic group, which is known as an ethnic group with beautiful and handsome people. The Tajik ethnic group lives in Xinjiang, Uyghur province, China. The province is home to 8 ethnic groups, and the Tajiks are one of the most minorities. This ethnic group lives in Tashkurgan city. The city is located at an altitude of 3,090 meters above sea level, directly bordering Afghanistan and Tajikistan, and close to the borders of Kyrgyzstan and Pakistan. Xinjiang literally means new border or new area. The indigenous population of Xinjiang comes from Turkic races who are Muslim, especially the Uyghurs, 45.21%, and the Kazakhs, 6.74%. In addition, in Xinjiang, there are also Han people, who are transmigrants from all provinces in China to balance the Uyghur ethnic group. The percentage of Han Chinese in Xinjiang has increased drastically since the founding of the People's Republic of China in 1949. In terms of appearance and culture, the ethnic groups in Xinjiang are different from the majority Han Chinese. Xinjiang people have their own language, culture, and traditions that are very different from Han Chinese. The people of Xinjiang also consider themselves closer culturally and ethnically to Central Asian countries such as Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. The majority of ethnic groups in Xinjiang are Sunni Muslims. Islam has entered southern Xinjiang since the 10th century, and the Tajik people accepted Islam earlier. The Tajik ethnic group has a population of approximately 33,000 people. This is very small when compared to the population of Xinjiang province, which in 2010 was recorded at 21 million people. Although small in number, this ethnic group is one of the most popular ethnic groups. Unlike other ethnic groups that still have strong Asian characteristics, the Tajik ethnic group is similar to the Caucasian descent, with fair skin. The Tajik people are also spread across several other regions, namely Afghanistan, Tajikistan, southern Uzbekistan, Iran, and Pakistan. The beautiful faces of Tajik women are not like those of the Chinese ethnic group in general. Almost all Tajik descendants have wide eyes that are sometimes blue or green. Tajik ethnic hair tends to be straight. Not many people know that women from this tribe are truly beautiful, like princesses. The beauty of Tajik women can rival models and even beauty contest winners. Not only women, Tajik men also have bright skin and wide eyes. The Tajik ethnic group uses a minority language from Tajikistan. However, their place of residence allows them to speak Uyghur, Kyrgyz, and Mandarin. The development of religion in Tajik also has a long history. Their ancestors used to believe in many religions, including primitive beliefs. According to history, the ancestors of the Tajik tribe worship nature and natural phenomena, especially eagles, which are believed to have a close relationship with the Tajik people. The eagle dance of this tribe also has eagle-like movements. In addition, this tribe, which is known to be skilled in dancing and singing, now adheres to Islam with the Sunni sect and a small part of Shia. In terms of marriage, Tajik women are not allowed to marry non-Tajik men. Meanwhile, Tajik men are allowed to marry women from other ethnicities. Marriage once in a lifetime is sacred for the Tajik ethnic group, while divorce is shameful. In fact, marrying close relatives is common in this tribe. Usually, the husband must be older than the wife. Although located in a border area, the lives of the Tajik tribe are very far from the conflicts that used to occur in Xinjiang in the past. The lives of Muslims there are very close and peaceful. Although the two major sects, Sunni and Shia, are both there has never been a conflict because of these differences. They respect each individual's beliefs. Tajik people highly value unity, brotherhood, and togetherness. They are known to be friendly, polite, and warmly welcome all visitors and foreigners. Currently, the majority of ethnic Tajiks are Sunni Muslims, while a small number are Shia. Even so, interfaith relations in this community remain harmonious. Unlike other areas in Xinjiang that have experienced tension, the life of the Tajik people in Tashkurgan is known to be peaceful and full of mutual respect. In terms of marriage customs, The Tajik ethnic group has strict rules that are still maintained to this day. Tajik women are not allowed to marry men from other ethnicities, while Tajik men have the freedom to marry women from outside their community. Marriage once in a lifetime is something sacred, while divorce is considered a disgrace and is highly avoided. In fact, marriage with close relatives is still a common tradition among them. In everyday life, Tajik people are known as a friendly, polite, and open society towards newcomers. Every stranger who comes to their village will be warmly welcomed, as if they had long been part of the family. The spirit of brotherhood and mutual cooperation is so strong, as seen from the way they help each other selflessly when there are residents in trouble. On the other hand, the Tajik people's art culture is also worthy of a thumbs up. They are skilled in traditional dance and music. Stringed and percussion instruments are often played in various celebrations and traditional festivals. Folk songs that have been passed down from generation to generation are still preserved, reminding them of the long history of their community at the foot of the Pamir Mountains. Although modern life is slowly starting to enter, most Tajik people still maintain a simple and traditional lifestyle. Typical mountain stone houses, small fields, and traditional markets are part of their daily lives. Tajik children grow up in a peaceful natural atmosphere with magnificent mountain views and cool air. Until now, the Tajik ethnic group in China remains a symbol of cultural diversity in the country. Although they live in a remote area, their charm attracts the attention of many tourists and cultural researchers from various countries. Their natural beauty, strong traditions, and peaceful life are a priceless legacy for ethnic diversity in the People's Republic of China. The Tajik ethnic group in Xinjiang is not just a minority community. They are living proof that differences can coexist in harmony. From the heights of the Pamir Mountains, they preserve their ancestral culture while building a future that remains rooted in the values of brotherhood and respect for one another. Not only rich in culture and tradition, the region where the Tajik ethnic group lives also holds extraordinary natural beauty. Tashkurgan is known as one of the areas with the most stunning landscapes in Central Asia. Vast grasslands, snowy mountains, and clear lakes are an inseparable part of the lives of the people there. Behind the beautiful natural landscape, the Tajik people's lifestyle remains simple and modest. Most of them work as livestock breeders, farmers, and traditional craftsmen. Goats, cows, and yaks are the main livestock raised in the mountain fields. Meanwhile, handicrafts such as woven fabrics, silver accessories, and Tajik carpets are also valuable items that are often sold in traditional Tashkurgan markets. In the field of education, the Chinese government has built several schools in this area. Tajik children learn not only about general subjects in Mandarin, but also about the language and culture of their ancestors. In addition, religious lessons are still taught informally in the family and community environment, keeping moral values and cultural heritage alive amidst the flow of modernization. Tashkurgan itself is now starting to be known as a cultural and natural tourism destination. Many travelers are interested in visiting Tajik villages to experience the friendliness of the people and enjoy the beauty of the Pamir Mountains. Folk festivals and traditional art performances are also the main attractions that can attract the attention of domestic and foreign tourists. One of the biggest tourist attractions in this region is Tashkurgan Stone City, the ruins of an ancient stone city that is believed to have stood for thousands of years. This place holds a long history of the Silk Road trade route that connected China with Central Asia and Europe. From the top of this ancient fortress, visitors can witness the magnificent panorama of mountains and vast green valleys. The Tajik ethnic group in Xinjiang, China, is not just a small minority. They are the heirs of a long history, the guardians of ancestral traditions, and real proof that harmony can be established amidst diversity. The charm of the beauty, culture, and warmth of the Tajik people make them one of the most interesting communities in the Central Asian border region. In the future, the greatest hope is that their culture and traditions will remain sustainable and even be better known to the world as one of the priceless cultural heritages of mankind. In the highlands of the Pamir Mountains, ethnic Tajiks continue to dance under the blue sky, sing old songs, and keep the stories of their ancestors alive. History of the entry of Islam among the Tajik ethnic group in Xinjiang, China. The history of the entry of Islam into the Xinjiang region, especially among the Tajik ethnic group, cannot be separated from the Silk Road trade route that has been active since the 7th century to the 14th century. As an area that is an important link between China, Central Asia, and the Middle East, Xinjiang became a route for traders, clerics, and Muslim scholars from all over the Islamic world. According to historical records, Islamic teachings began to be known in the southern Xinjiang region since the 10th century AD. At that time, the influence of Islam was brought by traders and preachers from Central Asia, especially from the areas that are now part of Afghanistan, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan. These clerics and preachers slowly spread Islamic teachings among local communities, including the Tajik ethnic group who lived in the Pamir Mountains, the golden age of Islam in Xinjiang. In the 11th to 14th centuries, Islam began to experience rapid development in Xinjiang. Many local people, including ethnic Tajiks, embraced Islam and abandoned their old beliefs of animism and nature worship. The process of Islamization among Tajiks was peaceful and tended to be cultural. The entry of Islam had a major influence on the lives of Tajik people, from the way they dress, the marriage system, social customs, to art and literature. Small mosques began to be built in mountain villages, becoming centers of religious education and places for community gatherings. One of the important historical relics from that time is the ancient tombs of scholars and figures who spread Islam in the Pamir Mountains. In several Tajik villages, the tombs of these holy figures are still respected today and are often places of pilgrimage for the local community. The development of Islam in the Qing dynasty era. Entering the 17th to 19th centuries, the Xinjiang region was controlled by the Qing dynasty. During this time, Muslims in Xinjiang experienced several challenges, including restrictions on religious activities. However, the Tajik Muslim community continued to try to maintain Islamic teachings from generation to generation in the family environment and small communities. Religious traditions such as congregational prayer, fasting during Ramadan, and Eid al-Fitr celebrations continue to be preserved, albeit under limited circumstances. In fact, many of Tajik Islamic traditions are passed down orally from generation to generation. Modern situation. After the founding of the People's Republic of China in 1949, religious life in Xinjiang underwent several changes. The government began to control religious activities, including among Tajik Muslims. However, this community maintained their religious practices and customs. During the policy reforms in the late 20th century, most of the Tajik Muslim community was able to practice their religion more openly. Mosques that had been closed were reopened, and the celebration of Islamic holidays was again permitted. However, in the last 2 decades, religious life in Xinjiang has again become more restrictive, following government policies against various religious activities. However, in remote villages in Tashkurgan, Tajik Muslims continue to maintain Islamic traditions, both through worship activities in small mosques and informal religious teachings in homes. The historical heritage of Islam in the Tajik community. To this day, Islam remains an integral part of the Tajik ethnic identity in Xinjiang. Islamic values are reflected in wedding customs, dress codes, eating patterns, and manners in daily life. The younger generation of Tajiks are also beginning to show interest in studying Islamic history in their community, despite limited access to information. Many of them secretly study the history of their ancestors as part of an effort to maintain their cultural and religious heritage amidst the pressures of modernization. The history of Islam among the Tajik ethnic group in Xinjiang is a story of resilience, sustainability, and adaptation. Despite facing various challenges throughout history, this community continues to maintain the values of Islam inherited from their ancestors for more than 1,000 years. Today, in small villages at the foot of the Pamir Mountains, the echo of the call to prayer and the chanting of prayers can still be heard, indicating that Islam is still alive in the hearts of the Tajik people of Xinjiang. The development of Tajik Muslims in Xinjiang, China. Over time, the Tajik Muslim community in Xinjiang has continued to develop, both in terms of religion, education, and social life. Since Islam entered the southern Xinjiang region in the 10th century, the Tajik ethnic group has been one of the first groups to accept the teachings of this religion. Although they are a minority, their role and influence in the history of the development of Islam in the Pamir Mountains region is quite large. In the past, the spread of Islam among the Tajik community took place gradually through traders, clerics, and religious teachers who came from Central Asia, especially from the areas that are now Afghanistan, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan. Islamic teachings were accepted openly because they were in line with local cultural values that respect nature, ancestors, and life together. Distinctive Tajik Islamic traditions. Uniquely, even though they embrace the same religion, the religious practices of the Tajik people have characteristics that distinguish them from other Muslim communities in Xinjiang. One of them can be seen from the local traditions that are still inherent in religious celebrations. For example, when celebrating Eid al-Fitr or Eid al-Adha, Tajik people hold joint prayers in small mosques in the village, followed by a large meal attended by all villagers, regardless of social status. On the other hand, weddings, circumcisions, and other religious ceremonies are also held by combining Islamic law and old customs. Traditional music and dance remain an important part of religious events, showing that religious teachings do not kill local culture, but rather live side by side in harmony. Religious life in the modern era. Entering the modern era, the religious life of Tajik Muslims in Xinjiang faces various challenges, especially in terms of freedom of worship and preservation of traditions. Several policies of the Chinese government regarding the supervision of religious activities have forced the Muslim community in Xinjiang, including the Tajik ethnic group, to adapt. Even so, they still try to maintain Islamic values in the family and community environment. Mosques in Tajik villages are still the center of religious worship and learning activities, although the activities are more local and closed. The tradition of reciting the Quran, praying in congregation, and celebrating Islamic holidays are still carried out according to ability. In addition, the younger generation of Tajiks is now starting to get wider access to education. Some of them continue their education in big cities such as Urumqi, Beijing, and Shanghai. There, they not only study modern science, but also maintain the cultural and religious identity inherited from their parents. The role of Tajik Muslims in Xinjiang's social life. In the midst of Xinjiang's multi-ethnic society, Tajik Muslims are known as a peaceful and friendly community. They are rarely involved in conflict and always try to maintain harmony between ethnicities and religions. The principles of unity and mutual respect are the guidelines for life that are passed down from generation to generation. The presence of Tajik Muslims adds a unique color to the social mosaic of Xinjiang. Local wisdom, an open attitude towards differences, and a commitment to maintaining ancestral values make this community an example of harmonious diversity in the Central Asian border region. Hope for the future. Despite facing various challenges, hope continues to grow among Tajik Muslims. They hope that the younger generation can continue to maintain their religious and cultural identity amidst inevitable modernization. Preserving old mosques, religious traditions, and teaching Islamic values in families are the main ways to maintain the sustainability of this community. In the future, the Tajik Muslim community in Xinjiang is expected to become a cultural bridge between China and Central Asian countries, given their historical and ethnic proximity. By maintaining inter-ethnic harmony, their existence will be an important legacy for cultural and religious diversity in the Bamboo Curtain country. Historical Tajik Muslim figures in Xinjiang. Throughout its history, the Tajik ethnic group in Xinjiang is known to have several religious figures and community leaders who played a major role in maintaining and spreading Islamic teachings in the Pamir Mountains region. Although not widely recorded in mainstream Chinese historical literature, the names of these figures are still remembered among the Tajik community to this day. One of the legendary figures who is respected is Sheikh Mirza Pamiri, a cleric and preacher from Central Asia who settled in the Tash-Kurgan region in the 11th century. He is known as the first person to establish a small madrasa and teach the Quran to Tajik children and teenagers. Until now, the tomb of Sheikh Mirza Pamiri in a remote valley in Tash-Kurgan is still often visited by local residents. In addition, there is also the story of Imam Qudrat Khan, a religious leader in the 17th century who fought to maintain the existence of Islam amidst the political pressure of the Qing dynasty. It is said that he once made a secret trip to Afghanistan to ask for help from Central Asian clerics in maintaining the continuity of religious education in the Tajik community of Xinjiang. Traces of ancient mosques and Islamic heritage sites in the Pamirs. Until now, traces of Islamic history among Xinjiang's Tajik ethnic group can still be found through the remains of ancient mosques and religious sites scattered along the Pamir mountain route. One of the oldest surviving mosques is the Old Tashkurgan Mosque, which is believed to have stood since the 13th century. Even though the building has undergone several renovations, the initial architecture of this mosque can still be seen in the form of a small tower and sturdy stone walls. This mosque is a silent witness to the long journey of the Tajik people in maintaining their faith in the midst of various situations. Apart from mosques, there are also ancient tomb complexes of Tajik scholars and community leaders, which are usually built on small hills. The tombs are decorated with tombstones engraved with simple Arabic calligraphy, showing the strong influence of Islamic culture in Tajik society. In some remote villages, people still keep ancient manuscripts in Arabic and Tajik containing religious books, ancestral prayers, and community history records. These manuscripts are passed down from generation to generation and are considered valuable heirlooms. The role of the young generation in preserving Islamic heritage. Amidst limited space for expression and the challenges of modernization, the young generation of Tajiks in Xinjiang continues to show efforts to preserve their historical and religious heritage. In small villages, children are still taught to read the Quran by their parents or local religious teachers in secret. Some of them have also begun to document the oral history and religious traditions of their ancestors in the form of writing or simple video recordings. This step was taken to ensure that the story of the struggle and existence of Islam among the Tajik ethnic group is not lost in time. The history of Islam among the Tajik ethnic group in Xinjiang is a story of determination and priceless heritage. Despite being a small minority in the border region, they continue to keep the light of Islam burning in the Pamir Mountains from generation to generation. The traces of the scholars, ancient mosques, and the religious traditions they maintain to this day are tangible evidence of the continuity of Islamic history in the Xinjiang Plateau. Among the eternal snows of the Pamir Mountains, the call to prayer still resounds, and the stories of the old sheikhs are still told, serving as a beacon for generations of Tajik Muslims who continue to preserve their faith and cultural heritage. Portrait of the life of Tajik Muslim women in Xinjiang. Amidst the majestic and cold beauty of the Pamir Mountains, the lives of Tajik Muslim women in Xinjiang are carried out according to customary rules and traditions that have been passed down for centuries. They are not only the guardians of their families, but also the main heirs of culture, language, and Islamic values in their small community. From a young age, Tajik women are taught various traditional skills, from weaving woolen cloth, making Pamir jewelry, to cooking traditional food. However, most importantly, they are also introduced to prayers, stories of the prophets, and basic Islamic teachings by their mothers or grandmothers. Clothing and religious identity. Tajik women are known to have a very distinctive style of dress. They wear long, brightly colored clothes, combined with long scarves or headscarves that cover their heads. During religious events, Tajik women will wear their best traditional clothes, complete with old silver accessories inherited from their ancestors. Despite the pressures of modernization and strict rules in the Xinjiang region that limit religious expression, Tajik women maintain the tradition of wearing the hijab as a symbol of their identity. In remote villages, women still regularly attend small religious studies held secretly in their homes. Role in preserving Islamic culture. In addition to being housewives, Tajik Muslim women play an important role in preserving local Islamic culture. They are tasked with teaching children daily prayers, reading the Quran, and Islamic marriage and death customs. During religious celebrations such as Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha, Tajik women play an important role in preparing traditional foods and organizing communal prayer events in their homes. In fact, some respected elderly women are often asked to lead family prayers and read stories of the prophets on religious nights. Challenges in the modern era. In the modern era, Tajik Muslim women face various challenges. Government regulations on religious activities in Xinjiang require them to be more careful in carrying out their religious duties. Traditional religious schools have been closed, and religious instruction at home is carried out in secret. However, despite these limitations, Tajik women's passion to keep their religion alive. They are the last bastion that maintains Islamic customs, language, and teachings amidst the pressures of modernization and urbanization. In many families, it is women who ensure that their children continue to know basic prayers, stories of the prophets, and Islamic values in their daily lives. Amid the serenity of the valleys and snowy peaks of the Pamirs, Tajik Muslim women continue to be the lights that keep the light of Islam from ever going out. Despite the challenges that come and go, they remain steadfast in upholding religious values and customs, continuing a legacy that has been preserved for centuries. In the silence of mountain villages, the voices of Tajik Muslim women can still be heard singing prayers and sacred stories, continuing a small civilization full of meaning behind the high mountains of Xinjiang. Islamic festivals and unique traditions of the Tajik ethnic group in Xinjiang. Despite being in a remote mountainous region and under various restrictions, the Tajik Muslim community in Xinjiang still maintains a number of religious traditions that have been passed down from generation to generation. Some of their Islamic festivals even have their own characteristics, a blend of Islamic values and local customs of the Pamir Mountains. Celebration of Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. Like other Muslim communities, the Tajik ethnic group in Xinjiang celebrates Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha with great joy. Since the night before Eid, houses are decorated with colorful woven fabrics and traditional candles. In the morning, Tajik men will go to a small mosque or open field to perform Eid prayers, while women prepare special dishes such as lamb soup, flatbread, and traditional sweets. After the prayers, people will visit each other from house to house, forgive each other's mistakes, and share food. Children wear new traditional clothes complete with colorful Tajik accessories. Eagle Dance Festival, Ba'az Raksi. One of the traditions that still survives in several Tajik villages is the Eagle Dance Festival, an art performance that used to be performed to welcome the harvest season or commemorate religious holidays. This dance has movements that imitate the movements of an eagle, an animal that was considered sacred in the beliefs of their ancestors before they converted to Islam. Now, the Eagle Dance Festival is still held during Eid al-Adha, or mass circumcision celebrations. This event is an important moment to strengthen ties between villagers, while also preserving the unique local Islamic cultural heritage. Ancestral tomb pilgrimage tradition. Every year before the month of Ramadan or after Eid al-Fitr, Tajik people also make pilgrimages to the tombs of their ancestors and scholars who have contributed to spreading Islam in the Pamir Mountains. This tradition is called Ruhonion Khotira, or Remembering the Spirits. Prayers and verses of the Quran are read together, followed by eating together in the tomb yard. Closing. The history and life of the Tajik Muslim community in Xinjiang is a long story of steadfastness, faith, and courage to maintain their identity amidst various challenges. Starting from the entry of Islam in the 10th century through the Silk Road, the Golden Age under the Islamic dynasty of Central Asia, to various political and social pressures in the modern era, they still hold fast to the teachings of their religion and ancestral traditions. Behind the eternal snow of the Pamir Mountains, the call to prayer still echoes from small mosques. Holy prayers are still said in simple homes. Eagle dances are still performed in village courtyards, and stories of old sheikhs are still told to Tajik children sitting in a circle under the light of oil lamps. Islam for the Tajik ethnic group in Xinjiang is not just a religion, but a sacred heritage entrusted to them by their ancestors, a light that is kept burning in the dark of night, and a tradition that is the breath of life on the Pamir horizon.